Can Texas A&M make it to Atlanta to the SEC championship this year? I think the answer is yes. I think right now they're 6-1. They have their biggest test ahead of them this weekend against LSU. They are short favorites, but they'll have Kyle Field at their back. It is definitely going to be their hardest test so far. I think LSU is probably a harder test than Notre Dame, especially what you got from week one. But their remaining schedule is very favorable for them. They go at South Carolina, New Mexico State, at Auburn, and then you finish off the year Texas. Every single one of those games is winnable, and including this one at LSU, which you're currently favored in. So I think Texas A&M has actually a really decent shot at getting to the SEC championship this year and getting to Atlanta. Now, going back to this weekend where you have LSU coming to town, a lot of emphasis and a lot of the game is going to be determined upon that the Texas A&M defensive line versus the LSU offensive line. LSU offensive line, that's been one of their biggest strengths all year. I don't think that their starting unit has allowed a sack all year. Garrett Nussmeier can sling the ball. Nick Scorton should be back. He was injured last game, but I think he'll be back. He'll be starting this weekend. So can he, cause some ruckus in the backfield and cause some turnovers for that LSU offense? We'll see. But I think, if they really are to get through this game, to get through LSU, man, they have an extremely favorable route to get to Atlanta if they do this. Because remember also, that Notre Dame loss, that's not a conference loss. They're undefeated in conference. They're actually leading the SEC right now, 4-0 in conference. So this is a really big test for them coming up. We'll see if they're up to the challenge. Connor Wegman has been looking good, not great. I think LSU definitely has the quarterback edge, so that Texas A&M defense will have to step up and try to hold LSU, which teams have done. LSU's been good, but they've been very spotty. Like, they've been good in, kind of the second halves, honestly, is really where they have shined. So if you're able to hold them off for the first half and maybe Connor Wegman can get something started and Le'Veon Moss in the second half to stave off what LSU's been able to do in the second half of games, I think they'll be looking at a pretty good shot here. So I think A&M has maybe the best road to get to Atlanta of any team right now. But we'll see. Big game this weekend. Follow Big Body Ball CFB on all socials.